Salesforce admin questions that can be really helpful to you in your next interview. So let's get started with our first interview question that says that I already have a pick list which does not have any dependency on another field, in which I have added few new values. But when I am trying to insert these newly added values of the pick list to any record from backend or either front, it gives me an error of bad value. What could be the possible reason for it and how do I fix it? So first of all, the issue is that I have a child object right now. I'm showing it using this child object and I have this pick list field, which is an existing field. And this existing field had two values, 1 and 2 before. Okay, so if I go to this drop down and if I see right now, I can see 1 and 2. But I've newly added this 3 value over here, which I am not able to see. As you can see, I'm not able to see this 3 value. And if I go from the back end and if I try to update this 3 value to this particular record, it will surely throw me an error of bad value. What could be the possible reason and how do I fix it? Now, if you might be thinking about field dependency, as I've already told, there is no field dependency at all. So what could be the possible reason? Now in such scenarios, you have to go to the record types, and within this record types, whenever you add any kind of a drop down, you have to go to the record type, or whenever you add any value to the drop down, you have to add those values from the record type terms as well. As it was not available from the record type terms as well, hence it was giving such error. So I have to go to the second record type as well, and I will add the value. So now if I go ahead and refresh this page, I should be able to see the third value as well because I have added it from the record type as well. So this was the answer to the first question. Let's move on to the next question that says that what happens when you create a queue. So let's go ahead and create a queue. I will click on new. I will create a queue named as test for demo queue, and I'll create it for the case object. I'll add Raju Srivastav to the queue and let's click on save. Now as soon as I've created a queue named as test for demo code queue, let's see what happens on the record level or on the layout level. So automatically whenever you create a queue, a list view will automatically get created. As you can see, list view automatically got created. I had created few other queues as well named as short queue, right? If you can see over here, automatically for that also list view got created. So if you want to create a list view and you want to create a queue, just go ahead and create a queue. Automatically a list view will get created. So in simple terms, when you create a queue, list view also get created. Now, before moving to our last question, if you are appearing for any Salesforce interview and you don't feel confident enough, you can schedule a one-to-one mock interview with me by clicking the top mid link from the description. So let's move on to our last question that says that I can see an accept button on one of the list view while I cannot see the same on the another list view. What could be the reason and what we need to do to add it? So first of all, let's go to any of our list view. Let's example all close cases. It has following buttons: new, change honor, printable view, and all that stuff. Okay, so if I go to any other queue like case through email, it has an accept button over here, but the close cases did not have it. So what could be the possible reason? Like why we have an accept button over here, but we don't have accept button on this key, on this particular list view? What could be the possible reason? And the answer to this particular question is that whenever you create a list view from the queue, okay, like for an example, test for demo will also have this accept button because this list view was created from the queue and I did not create it manually. So whenever you create a queue or whenever you create a list view from the queue, only then you will be able to see this accept button. But if you create a custom list view on your own, you won't be able to see that accept button at all, and you won't even be able to add that accept button on that list view. So this was the answer to this third question. Now if you found this video helpful, I really request you to please like this video and subscribe to my channel.